Hey there everyone, what's going on? It's Akira Ari Mayy J here, and thank you for tuning into my video. So, as you can tell by the title, this video is about my breast augmentation. I am super excited to make this video. Sorry I look like roadkill, guys. My hair looks a mess. My face looks a mess as well. I haven't done much with myself over the last week, other than, like, this is basic look, just a little bit of highlighter, tad bit of foundation, and my mascara and eyeliner. Anyways, so I'll get back to the topic of the video. So I wanted to vlog about my breast augmentation the day of my surgery, but the day before my surgery and day of my surgery, my anxiety, when I say it was through the roof, I mean it was through the goddamn roof. I was having anxiety attack after anxiety attack just because, like, I was freaking myself out about the surgery. So, like, the weekend before my surgery, I decided to watch a documentary on, it was called What Goes Wrong with Anesthesia, because all I pretty much watch is documentaries in my downtime, which I have a lot of these days. So that freaked me out even more. The idea of surgery freaks me out in general, just because I always think the worst. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to wake up. So that freaked me out a little bit. So I was having nonstop anxiety. I was freaking myself out. Like I said, anxiety was through the roof. So, anyway, so I'm going to go over the, right now it's like a week and 2 days past my surgery. So, I'm going to recap, like, the day before my surgery, the day of, and then the days after, like, how the healing's been over the last week or so. So, the day before my surgery, like I said, my anxiety was absolutely through the roof. I was scared out of my mind. So anyway, so going with me to my surgery, it ended up being my old friend Alesha, who I don't know if you guys will remember or not. For those of you who have been watching since, like, the very beginning and who have gone back and watched my older videos, if you're a newer subscriber, my first, when I had my interview series, Truth and Life Changes Coming Out Transgender, she was in the very first episode, and the first friend I had interviewed, because we've had a long friendship. We lost touch for a couple years, but about a month and a half ago, well, back in like late March, early April, I asked her if she wanted to go with me to my surgery, and she didn't hesitate. She said yes. She requested off work, got off. So the night before my surgery, I met her. I picked her up, and she stayed at my mom's house with me. I got back to my mom's, and my friend Kyle was here. You guys met him in an old video. I think he was in 2 videos. I know he was in 1. He was in an episode of Truth and Life Changes Coming Out Transgender. It was an episode just featuring, like, him, his mom, and an old friend of ours. And then my friend Chal ended up going with me. So the 3 of them stayed at my mom's house the night before with me. And then, of course, my mom went with me, and so did my aunt. So the night before, they all stayed. And then, so real quick, though, I'm going to talk about, oh, sorry, let me fix the lighting. So, real quick, I'll talk about, like, my surgery time. So, 2 days before my surgery, anesthesia called me and told me that I was going to, that, like, they just called me, like, to ask, like, if I've had any, like, fever or anything over the last, like, 2 weeks before my surgery. And they gave me a time frame. They said Dr. Grunwald, who did my surgery, they said that her surgery schedule looked like it was like from 9:30 to 12:30, which was, like, her earliest is 9:30 and latest was 12:30. So I was like, okay, awesome. So I might get to come home that day, because she told, my Dr. Grunwald told me before my surgery that depending on, like, how late my surgery is, like, she's going to give me the option to stay overnight if I want to, if it's late and whatnot. So I was like, awesome, I might not have to stay at the hospital overnight. So, but I was still preparing to anyways. So after, the day before my surgery, they called me, and they told me I had to be at the hospital at 12:45, and I was like, oh, that's definitely a lot later than my time frame, but I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. At least I don't have to get up super early, so we didn't have to wake up till about 8:30 to start getting ready, but I woke up at 5, because, like I said, I did not sleep the day before my surgery. So we got up around 8:30 in the morning, everyone got ready. We took 2 cars, because, like I said, I was preparing to stay at the hospital, because, like, my surgery's going to be late, so I'm definitely staying now. So I had to, sorry guys if I keep turning the light on and off. I have, like, a selfie light on a selfie case on my phone. It has, like, a light around it, and that's what I'm using to light up the room right now for, like, recording the video, and it goes off after so long. So after it's been so long, I just click it and turn it off, turn it back on, so that way it doesn't go off on me while I'm in the middle of talking. But anyway, so I knew I was going to be staying at the hospital, so we took 2 cars. We took my car, so Chal could drive me back the next day. Kyle ended up staying with me in the hospital as well. I didn't know that until the day of the surgery, but I was completely fine with it. So those 2 were staying with me in the hospital, so we took my car down so Chal and Kyle could drive me home the next day. And then my mom took her car, so we left my mom. In my car going to Pittsburgh, it was me, Chal, and my friend Alesha. We were all in my car. And then in my mom's car was my friend Kyle, my mom, and then they met my Aunt Kim in Waynesburg, and she rode down with my mom and my friend Kyle in her car. So we on our way going on to Pittsburgh, we ended up getting separated a little bit because my phone got turned off the day of the surgery, surprisingly. So we were supposed to meet up, and I was going to follow them. Well, I ended up getting to Waynesburg a little later than they wanted me to, so we ended up meeting at a rest stop in between Washington and Pittsburgh. So we met up there, and then we followed them down and whatnot. We got to the hospital probably around, it was 12:20. We got down to the hospital, and I gave my aunt a hug because like I said, I hadn't seen her that morning. So I went up to the floor they told me to go to. I checked in, got everyone their day pass, passes for being at the hospital and whatnot, and I got sorry, my brain went dead for a second. And I got this overnight pass for whoever was staying at card, so they can get in and out of the area of the hospital I was in, because it was a lockdown area, so you had to have a card to get in and out. So I got there about 12:30. By the time I was sent and done, it was 12:30. By the time we all checked in, I was checked in, got everyone their passes and everything. So I wasn't in the waiting room very long at all, and they took me back to a second waiting room. But I wasn't there very long either. They took me back to a room first, so they could do all my vitals, weigh me, get my height and everything, and my temperature and just all my regular vitals. They got all that. Then I went back out to the waiting room for a couple minutes. Then they brought me back again to the room because during my surgery they gave me these things they're called pain blockers. Anyone who has had breast augmentation might know what it is. It's when while I was under anesthesia, they gave me shots in my chest to stop the nerve, so it doesn't hurt as much when I wake up. So the pain team just went over with me about the risk, with every medication, with every surgery, there's always risks that could happen. So they just went over all the risks with me and everything. So after that, I went back out to the waiting room again for a little while, and then they called me back to the actual room itself, and when I say the room itself, I mean the room where they take you back to surgery from that room. So I went back to that room, and like I said, they gave me these antibacterial wipes, so I had to wipe down my whole body with them, then get in a gown, hospital underwear, and everything. So I was good to go. So I went in the room, did all that, and then my mom, Chal, and Alesha came back with me. Oh wait, no, it was just my mom and Chal at first came back with me. So they came back with me. Oh wait. I don't remember who came back to the room with me, honestly, at first, because everybody, was coming back to the room with me at different times, so went back to the room, and then, someone from the, anesthesia team came in and was talking to us a little bit, and we got to talking with him, and then he left, and then someone from Dr. Grunwald's team came in to, she just wanted to talk to me about everything, ask about how I was feeling, and I was right now I'm thinking I'm never going to wake up, and I told her about the documentary I watched, and she's like, why would you do that to yourself? She was really nice. So I talked to her for a little bit. Then someone else came in to just get some general information from me. And then after that, they left, and we were just waiting on Dr. Grunwald. She was running a little behind the day of my surgery, so I was just waiting for her. And by this point, I was at the hospital probably 2 hours. This was around 2:30. So I was in the room, and then finally Dr. Grunwald came in. She apologized for being late and everything, and told me what was going to go down, kind of what the members from her team did who came in. Told me what was going to go down with the surgery, told me how long I was going to be under, so, and she was ready to take me back. Hold on. Sorry, I got a text and I was just reading, it was from Sarah. Anyways, so sorry about that. So, she came back and she's like, we're going to take you back to surgery now. They said they were going to give me something to relax me. So damn it. See what I was saying? Anyways, so she said they were going to take me back and give me something to relax me while I was going back. So everyone came in the room real quick. I gave everybody a hug. just because, like I said, I had 5 people with me, for God's sakes. I brought a whole entourage with me to my surgery. My mom was making fun of me before my surgery because when she had her elbow surgery back in March, she had this giant mass on her elbow she had to have removed, and she said whenever she woke up from surgery, she didn't want anyone around her. She just wanted to be alone so she could sleep. I was the opposite. I was like, I want a big support system. I brought the whole family with me pretty much. 2 of my best friends, Alicia, and then my mom and my aunt. So I gave them all a hug. And then they started wheeling me back to the operating room. They gave me something to relax me. Then they moved me onto like the operating table and whatnot. And like they said they were about to inject me with something like to go to sleep and whatnot. So they put me to sleep, and in my head I'm thinking I'm never gonna wake up. I'm thinking the worst. So they gave me something to relax me, and then put me to sleep. And then I woke up about, it was like 6 something. By the time I took me back to surgery, it was like 3, maybe a little after. So anyways, they took me back to, like I said, I woke up probably around, it was around 6 something I woke up. Probably close to 7. Because like when I remember actually like looking at the clock, I remember it was close to 7 o'clock or right around 7. So yeah, I woke up around then. And like I said, everyone was in the room. So, and believe it or not, I didn't think this was possible, but I had a night terror while I was under anesthesia. So I woke up and I was like an emotional wreck. So apparently I was crying. So I latched onto my mom and then Kyle and then whoever was near me, I just gave giant hugs to. That's really all I remember after I woke up until like maybe like I was awake half hour, and then I remember like everything that was going on afterwards. I just remember that waking up being like an emotional wreck and giving everyone a hug. So anyways, so like I said, I woke up probably around 6 or 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then everyone was there, and they were just asking me how I was feeling. And I wasn't in a ton of pain because I still had the pain blockers in my system. They wore off after, I'm talking about them when they wore off here in a little bit and how much pain I felt. But they usually the doctor said they last anywhere from like 12 to 15 hours, sometimes 18 to 24 hours. But usually it's like 12 to 14 hours or so. Dang it, people stop messaging me. Anyways, so they last usually around that time. So it was, my mom ordered me food around 7:30, and so around 8 o'clock, my mom, my mom, Alicia, my Aunt Kim left, because like I said, Alicia had to work the next day, and my mom did too, and my aunt had to get home to my little cousin. So she was talking, so like I gave them all a big hug before they left, and I was like, thank you so much for coming. I told like Alicia and my aunt that I'd see them soon, and I told my mom I'd see her tomorrow when I got home. So then, like I said, we were waiting for the food to get, so my mom ordered me food, so Kyle and Shao were there, and like I kept repeating to myself, I can't believe this is real, this actually happened. And Shao kept saying, yep, this is real, it actually happened. She was so excited for me, so they were talking to me and asking me how I was feeling, and like we were just chit-chatting. And food never came, we had an issue with that, so we got that situated. Food got there probably around like 10:30, so around like 3 hours took to get the food. I didn't eat very much. They put a breathing tube down my throat, so my throat was super dry, super scratchy, and it was just super, super sore to eat anything. So I didn't really eat very much. I tried eating a piece of like a chicken sandwich I ordered, and it just like the bread and the chicken, it was just too like rough, so I ended up spitting it out. I wasn't able to swallow it. So Kyle and Shao ended up like eating most of the food I ordered, because I ordered food for all of us. And so probably around like 12:30 or so, they finally went to sleep. The room I stayed in was actually really nice. It had a for those of you who don't know what a loft bed is, it was a couch version of that. It was a couch, and then underneath the couch it was a loft mattress, which you pull out and you sleep on the mattress. It's like built into the couch. It's weird, but so there was that. So it worked out perfectly for them to sleep, because originally I was just gonna have one of them sleep in a hospital bed with me. But anyways, so they fell asleep around like 12:30 or so, I'd have to say. I fell asleep probably around like 1:30, 1:45. Well, around 2 o'clock, my pain blockers wore off. So it woke me up instantly, and the amount of pain I felt, I was just like, oh my God, this hurts. So I called the, sorry, I felt like I was up in my throat. So I paged my nurse, because like every 4 hours they would give me oxycodone, and then like in between, like every 2 hours, like every 4 hours they would give me Oxy, and then in between those 4 hours, like every 2 hours in between there, they were giving me Tylenol. So like every 4 hours I was getting Tylenol, and then every 4 hours I was getting the oxycodone to help with the pain. And then she gave me something for sorry, I felt like there was something in my throat. But anyway, she gave me something to help me sleep. So after, like I said, so I finally fell asleep probably around like 3:30. I woke up around, I think it was like 6, a little after. And the doctor ended up, like the anesthesia team came in just to check on me, ask how like my pain was. I told them when the pain blockers wore off, and they were just telling me I was gonna, like, so obviously I was going home that day. I wasn't staying in the hospital 2 nights. So they were just asking, going over general questions with me. They came in, took a look, made sure everything was good, and they left. And then not long after that, my like nighttime nurse came in and introduced me to the new nurses who were like going to be doing my vitals and like checking on me for like medication and everything. So they, like I said, they all checked. They checked on me and whatnot. And then during the day, I was just waiting. We ended up getting breakfast, and I was waiting on my discharge papers for a little while because I was hoping to leave the hospital around like 10:30 or so. So I was waiting on my discharge papers, and I didn't get them till about, I think it was like 12. It was between like 12 and 12:30. I got my discharge papers. So I got my discharge papers, but like in between like 10:30 and before I left, like throughout the night, I was using my my right breast was hurting a lot more than my left, but they ended up figuring out why, because like during the night, like whenever I had to get up, I would use my right side, like I'd like fling my right side up a little, like to help like pull myself up. So I was like straining my right side a little more than my left, so my muscles were just really sore. So they just told me to stop doing that. Also, throughout the night, I need to give a big shout out to Kyle and Chal, because anytime I needed to get up to go bathroom, if they heard me, they came in, helped me to the bathroom, or like if I needed them, I would yell and like one of them would come over. So a huge thank you to them throughout the night. I know they probably didn't get much sleep while they were there with me, but it meant so much that they stayed there with me. It proved why they were two of my best friends. So they came and like anytime throughout the night, said like I needed them. They'd wake up, come help me to the bathroom, wait till I was done, back to my bed, and then go to sleep. Because like I said, walking was just like I was super sore to walk. Like anytime like I moved my chest, it was super sore. So just throughout the night, when they were super helpful, and I couldn't be more grateful for them. So anyways, back to when I got discharged. I got discharged around like 12:30, between like 12 and 12:30 in the afternoon. So where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, right, when I got discharged. So, like I said, I got my discharge papers. They came in. They gave me my prescription. They, like, I had to go down to the pharmacy to get my prescriptions. So they took me down to the pharmacy in a wheelchair to get my prescriptions. So I got that. While I was doing that, Shao went to the car to get the car to bring it to the front door. Kyle stayed with me, went to the pharmacy, got my meds, and then I was on my way home. It took us, I got home, like, within an hour, hour and a half or so. We didn't have much traffic. I got home, it was right around, like, 2-something. Kyle and Shao both came in with me. Shao walked me in, made sure I got situated, and then, like, she went home. And then Kyle, he stayed for a little bit, and then he had to work, and his friend picked him up, and they went to work. And then that day, I had a couple visitors. My friend Kaylin came in, visited me, and so did my best friend Sammy, and my friend Kelsey, and one of her friends, they came and visited me for a little bit. And sleeping-wise was definitely difficult, because, like I said, I have sleep in my back, and usually I'm rolling around all night, whether I'm on one of my sides or my stomach or whatever. Sorry, I keep feeling there's something in my throat. But, so like I said, sleeping was a little difficult throughout the night. Even with the pain meds, it was still a little difficult. Even, like, with the pain meds, and, like, I took Benadryl and the sleep aid medicine, helped me sleep, and still didn't do nothing. So, sleeping was rough. And then Friday rolled around, and on Friday, I ended up napping most of the day, because I was finally able to sleep, because I was exhausted. Didn't sleep much the night before my surgery, didn't sleep very much at the hospital, and I didn't sleep very much, like, first night I was back at home, so, like I said, it was a little rough, so I napped most of last Friday. And then last Friday, my friend Ricky ended up stopping by, and she brought me roses and these Krispy Kreme donuts. It was a nice surprise. She dropped them off right before she went to work. So I was really thankful for that. I don't think I had any more visitors on Friday. And then, like I said, over the next couple of days, I was just really sore. The oxycodone had me really doped up, so I didn't really do too much. I just laid around a lot. I got up throughout the day a little bit to move. That way, like, I wasn't laying down constantly. So, and then, like I said, over the next couple of days, I had a couple of visitors. Like, my best friend Alicia stopped by to visit me. One of my best friends, Brittany, stopped by to visit me. And then my friend Hurley stopped by to visit me. Like, that was over the next couple of days. That was, like, earlier this, like end of last week and earlier this week. So, they, like I said, they stopped by to visit me. And then for a couple of days, I didn't really have any visitors. I kind of just laid around and did a lot of thinking. I was in, like, one of my deep trance thinkings, as I call them. Because, like, whenever I'm in one of those, like, deep trances, when I'm thinking a lot, like, so, like, in the past, when I've, like, gotten my deep trances and just did a lot of thinking, like, the first time was 2015, right after my knee injury happened, and I ended up telling my mom and my, like, some of my family and then some of my friends I was transgender, so that's, like, when I get in my trances, I think really deep, and I usually, like, it leads to something productive, so, and then I made my social media, and then 2016 was my next one, whenever, like, I had my knee surgery, and I ended up deciding to, like, start my transition and whatnot, and, like, tell the world about me being trans. So that was another one. And then this one, I was just doing a lot of thinking. I'm not going to go too much into detail with it. I was just doing a lot of thinking about, like, the past, and I was just reflecting on a lot, and, like, I feel like I've fallen from grace. Like, I'm not in a good financial situation or anything. And, like I was just comparing, like, this time last year, this time this year, like, how I had a place last year of my own, this year I don't. I'm living with my dad, and I want to get back out on my own again, so I was just doing a lot of thinking and whatnot. But anyways, back to the surgery, like, the healing. So, like I said, throughout the week and, like, last weekend, I was just sore and whatnot. The pain, like, they only gave me a couple days worth of pain meds, because, like, the hospitals in Pittsburgh near me, they're worried about, like, the opioid epidemic that's going on, so I only got a couple days of pain meds, and then after that, I've just been taking Tylenol, as they told me. So, ran out of pain meds last weekend, and then, so, like, throughout the week, like I said, I've just been really sore. Like, the soreness I'm feeling is, like, almost like when you go running or something, and your legs are really sore. That's kind of what I'm feeling in my chest, except it doesn't go away. Like, your legs eventually stop hurting. My chest hasn't yet. So, my incisions are healing really well. Showering's been difficult because I can't lift my arms up very high still. So like I said, showering's a challenge. It's interesting. And then, so yesterday was I had my post-op appointments, and my mom took me. We spent 2 hours going down to Pittsburgh, and I was literally at the hospital for maybe 25 minutes, and that included, like, parking, going upstairs, checking in, getting my vitals, talking to the doctor, and then leaving. I wasn't there very long. She just came in. She looked at me real quick. Like I said, it took me right back. I saw the doctor right away, got my vitals done right away. And she just looked at my chest and just, like, wanted to make sure everything was healing properly. And, like, I asked, like, if I had a fever or anything. And, like, I have a bruise on my, let me see if I can find it. Right there, I have this big bruise. So I showed her that and made sure, like, it wasn't a blood clot or anything. And she said it's nothing to worry about. Obviously, I'm going to have some bruising. And that's really the only, like, bruising I have. So, yeah, that was my post-op appointment. She said everything's on track with healing. I'm doing good, which I was happy to hear. It helped lay to rest some of, like, my anxiety I was having about, like, oh, what if something's wrong? And so, yeah, that was my post-op appointment. And then now it's Friday. I'm still at my mom's house. I'm going back home next week. Within, like, probably, like, Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to end up going back home. So, yeah, everything's, like I said, I've covered from the day before my surgery up until now. Everything's gone really well. Thank you to everybody who's messaged me, who's reached out to me, FaceTime me, texted me, came to see me, checked on me in any way, shape, or form. Thank you to everyone who's, like, reached out to me. It means a lot. If you haven't been able to come see me, I completely understand. Thank you for, like, reaching out to me and just checking on me. I greatly appreciate it, everyone. I'm going to put some picture at the end of the video. I'm going to put a picture of, like, what my breasts look like 2 days after my surgery and what the incisions look like. And then I'm going to take a picture here in a few minutes about what they look like now and whatnot. Obviously, I'm going to cover up my nipples, obviously. You're not going to see those. So, like, you're going to see, like, the breast and then the incision. And then I'm just going to post some pictures I've taken with, like, people who have come visit over the last week and while I was at the hospital, like, pictures I took. There's these two really funny pictures I took. Like one, like it was before my surgery, and I was all smiley and happy, and then the other one was after my surgery, me trying to smile, and it's just you could tell like I look rough in the picture. So, alrighty, guys, I am gonna finish up here. This was 25 minutes of me talking, and then there's gonna be a little, like I said, a little slideshow at the end, just talking about like just with some pictures and whatnot of the surgery. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this video. Sorry it's a little long, but I wanted to cover everything in this. There's going to be 3 videos uploaded before this one. They're a little outdated. I recorded them like 2 or 3 days before my surgery, but I didn't have time to edit them and upload them before my surgery. So they're going to be uploaded before this one. And then there's one video following this video. And I'm not going to tell you what the name of the title is. You'll have to see in the next video. And also, I want to make one quick announcement at the end of this video. So, starting this summer, I'm going to start exotic dancing at a local club up here in Morgantown. I'm super excited about it. I'm not going to tell you guys too many details, just because like I don't want to spoil anything, and I don't like I know when I want to start. Like I know around the time frame. I just don't know when exactly I'm gonna start. So I'm not gonna give you guys too many details. Once I start and get like good and get like on my feet with it, I'm going to post. I'll probably post some like teases on here. And when I say teases, I don't mean like full nude dancing videos. I mean like I'll make sure like I have like a cute outfit, like a full outfit on. That way, like I don't get flagged or anything for nudity or anything on YouTube. So I'll have, like I said, I'll push a little tease video on here once I start dancing. And if you guys are ever in town, you guys can stop by and see me once I start. Like I said, I'll post more details in the coming future. But all right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Enjoy the slideshow, and make sure you watch the other few videos that came before this one and that are going to come after this one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it's Akira Ari Mayy J here again. I forgot to mention some info in during the video. So like this is at the end before the slideshow. Real quick, I just want to talk about like recovery real quick. So recovery wise, they told me not to lift anything above 5 pounds for 6 weeks, which has been a little difficult because 5 pounds is a lot a lot more than you think weighs 5 pounds. So it's my PS4. I'm pretty sure weighs more than 5 pounds. So it's just been a little difficult. Like with that, I can't do any strenuous activity that's gonna like make me sweat extensively. So like I can't go back to hiking or walking until this heals up. They told this isn't something like I had to do, but since I'm not working right now yet and everything, they told me to try to avoid cars for 2 weeks because it could help like speed up your healing a little bit. Like, because I guess when you're in a car, like if your boobs like bounce up and down, it could like mess them up, I guess. I'm not exactly sure, but they said like it wasn't something I had to do. Like if I had work or something, then obviously I could drive around and I could go places in a car if I wanted to, but it's just a suggestion they had to help like speed up the healing and whatnot. So yeah, there's that. I think that's everything. Like I said, I can't lift anything above 5 pounds for 6 weeks. I can't lift anything extensively, or like no physical like activity that's gonna be very strenuous and make me like sweat a ton. Like I said, they recommended avoiding cars for 2 weeks if I had to, which like I said, I have. I haven't really been in the car much since I got home from my surgery, other than when I went with my friend Kaylin to her house real quick, and I went with my friend Tyler, and then to my appointment with my mom yesterday. So, yeah, that's everything. Also, real quick, I want to throw in here, the first thing I'm getting done once I'm healed up is I am getting my nipples pierced. So anyone who who knows what it feels like, leave a comment down below, because I have no idea what to expect. Like, I love hearing everyone's perspective of it, because some people say it hurts, some people say the second hurts worse than the first, some people say it hurts to high heavens. So leave your opinion down below, like how it feels and whatnot. But alrighty, guys, the slideshow's coming up now. Thank you guys for tuning in, listening to me ramble. I love you guys so much.